When you're shipping your items off to Amazon FBA, you can either choose to use a one-box shipping method, or you can choose to provide box content information at the time of shipping. Now, I have used both methods at one point or another, so in this video, I'm going to give you the pros and the cons of each, and I'm going to go over exactly what I do today. My name is Manny, and this is Manny's Book Bag. What's going on, everybody? It's Manny and I'm back with another video. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. Hope you got a lot done. Hope you recharged your batteries and you're coming back strong to kill it for another week. Recently, I've had some really great conversations with a couple of you about box content information and whether it's better off to do a one-box shipping method or do multiple boxes at each shipment. I thought it was a good enough discussion that it was worthy of a video so that the entire group can compare the two, so you can figure out the pros and the cons of each and do what's right for your business. First, let's start with the one-box shipping method. The one-box shipping method is ideal for someone that only has a certain number of items to send in at a time. One of the big mistakes that I see a lot of sellers make is they hang on to their merchandise until they have quite a bit of it, and then they ship off larger shipments hoping to receive a shipping discount. While you can sometimes get a break on your shipping, sending one box at a time allows you to send smaller shipments more often, and it gets your merchandise to the warehouse where it can sell and generate some revenue for you. Another huge pro to the one-box shipping method is obviously that you don't have to go through the trouble of providing box content information.
No, I don't want to do that.
I know many sellers, even some larger sellers that send hundreds of pieces at a time, that still choose the one-box method because it's just easier than filling out box content information. That actually used to be something that I used to do as well, because at the time I was not very happy at all with the box content solutions that were offered by my listing service. That all changed for me as soon as I started using AccelerList. The biggest issue with the solution from other services is that when you created box contents, you always had to go back to put items in the correct box, whether you were scanning them in or whether you had to select which items and send them into the correct box. You don't really have to do that with AccelerList. With AccelerList, I'm able to list all of my items and they automatically go into box number 1. When I'm finished listing all of the items that go into box number 1, I can scan the first item of box number 2 and change it to box number 2. So now I can just scan every item and it's going to go into box number 2 and I don't have to follow up on it. And that is something that I was after. You can keep going until you're done. And that's it. Now you could choose to do this a couple of ways. You can actually have your box there with a scale and load the box as you list, or you could do it the way that I do. Here's a big tip. Always use the exact same box every single time.
I think I need a bigger box.
I'll give you an example. For all of my book shipments, I always use the Home Depot small 16 by 12 by 12. With this box right here, I know that I can comfortably fit 35 to 45 books easy every single time, depending on weight and dimensions. So it makes it really easy for me to scan the first 33 to 35 of them, change the box, and keep on going. When it comes to books, I don't stop what I'm doing to load up the box before I move on to the next one. I just list 35 at a time, change it to box number 2, keep them all sorted, stacked, and separate. So at the end, I go ahead and then I load up my boxes and then I top them off with the books that are left over. Now, it's the same thing with CDs. For CDs, I always use a 12 by 12 by 12 box. This always gives me 140 to 145 CDs, depending on how many doubles, how many former libraries are in there that take up more or less space, and they always weigh between 30 and 33 pounds. So once again, there's no guesswork involved. I do it the same way each and every time. I know exactly how many units can fit in these boxes, more or less, and it makes it super easy to create box content information. Now I'm going to go ahead and link up in the YouTube card my exact workflow in AccelerList. I use live mode, but I use speed mode, so I do use boilerplate condition notes and default prices to really speed up the process. In that video, I do go over how to change the box content information, but I have something to show you because as I reviewed that video, I don't quite show you where to find the 2D barcodes. So we're going to go to my computer right now, and I want to show you on a very old shipment how you get those printed off.
Alright folks, here we are. The first thing that you're going to want to do
is you're going to want to go into the actual shipment that you want to print box content information for. And once you're in here, we're going to scroll all the way to the bottom. Now what you're looking for at the very bottom is a shipment icon like this. You're going to go ahead and click on that. Okay, now once you click on that box content icon, you're going to come to the shipment contents screen. Now all you're going to have to do is for each box that you have set up in that particular shipment, you're going to click on the box to print the 2D barcode. In this case, it's for box number 1. The 2D barcode is going to come up and you go ahead and print it. If you're a Mac user, I believe you hit Command P. If you're a PC user, you just hit Control P and print from there. When it prints out, you take the printed 2D barcode, put it on the box, and move on to the next one. Keep them all together. The last thing you want to do is put the wrong barcode on the wrong box. It kind of defeats the purpose of giving Amazon box content information in the first place. This is exactly where you're going to go to find your 2D barcodes, and you'll be good to go. You won't actually electronically send anything to Amazon. The 2D barcode gives you the luxury of just putting it on the box, and when the Amazon representative receives your boxes, they're just going to scan this barcode and they're going to see exactly what is supposed to be inside. And that should be all you have to do. The one thing that I will remind you of is to go into your settings in Amazon Seller Central and make sure that 2D barcodes is enabled. Once you've done that, whenever you're going to provide box content information, use 2D barcodes will be an option for you. And it's just that easy. So there you go, folks. Whether you're using the one box method or whether you are choosing to provide box content information to Amazon, it is actually pretty easy now either way. The best thing that you can do is just determine which way is best for your business and do it that way each and every time. But here's the question of the day. Do you use the one box method? Do you use box content information? Or do you do a combination of both depending on what you've got? Go ahead and put in your comments below, because I'd love to see which way is more popular. That's all for today's video, folks. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see me make more videos like this one, please remember to share, like, and subscribe to support the channel. If you haven't liked the video yet, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and tap on that book bag. And while you're in there, hit that bell for those bell notifications, and you won't miss a thing. Till next time, let's go make some money.